Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe what has just transpired during the commercial break. It really broke loose. Bodies flying all over the ring during the commercial break. We did keep the cameras rolling. We taped what we have just seen. And now let's go show you what happened just a few moments ago. Quite obviously, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Dr. Death Williams sustaining a very serious injury. I understand it's to his elbow. And his big opportunity here seemingly has been ruined at the hands of the Freebirds. General Akbar was at ringside, and I don't know if well, there's Dr. Death Steve Williams' music, so evidently he's not going to let this injury prevent him from going for the gold. And he's on his way to the ring. Steve Williams is taped up, but he is a stallion. He's played with pain before with the Oklahoma Sooners, and his arm has been heavily bandaged. The good doctor is coming back, and Terry Gordy is not wasting any time and taking over on Steve Dr. Death Williams in this battle for the UWF Heavyweight Championship. It has a one fall or television time limit. Terry Gordy now, obviously and very opportunistically, taking over on Steve Dr. Death Williams. You can see the Doc's arm has been heavily taped, and the big stallion from Norman, Oklahoma is fighting back on Terry Gordy. He knows what's on the line, but so does Gordy ever so well, and Gordy kicking that injured arm. Remember, it all started with Hacksaw Duggan very simply coming to the ring and making a statement that he had signed a contract to wrestle the winner. It really broke loose during the commercial break. You have seen what has happened to this point, and right now Dr. Death, and it apparently he has virtually no use whatsoever in his left hand, his left arm. His left elbow was really hammered. You saw what happened on the railing with Michael P.S. Hayes and Terry Bam Bam Gordy. That double team tactics, that's typical Freebird style. They've always got something in mind. They're very opportunistic. And Bam Bam, a version of the spinning leg lock, only this time very adeptly applied to the injured arm of Steve Dr. Death Williams. And except for the very brief offensive flurry by the good doctor a few moments ago, it has been all Terry Gordy. I noticed that referee Ron West is still at ringside. I think that's a great tribute to the officials of the UWF to have two officials on hand for this match. And Dr. Death using every part of his anatomy that he can, because he can't use his left arm. Dr. Death with those big hammers. Dr. Death with that tackle, but not as effective. He doesn't have the balance, but that one was effective. That one came from a long way down, the doctor reaching down. And the champion has got to be wondering, what does it take to stop this animal? Gordy now, the arm twist on Williams. You can see the pressure being applied to the injured elbow of Steve Williams by Terry Gordy. In this battle on the Universal Wrestling Federation for the heavyweight championship, it is one fall or television time remaining. Short arm scissors by Terry Gordy, and he has worked on no other part of the anatomy other than that injured arm. And look at him rake that knee right across the elbow in the tricep and bicep area of Steve Dr. Death Williams as Doc is holding on. The pain that he's got to be sustaining now has got to be excruciating. Most athletes, I would say the vast majority of athletes, would not even think of going back to the ring to compete here on national television for the most prestigious title in professional wrestling today, the UWF Heavyweight Championship. But Dr. Death Steve Williams is attempting to meet that challenge. You hear the crowd here at Barton Coliseum in Little Rock, Arkansas. Go, Steve, go. But Dr. Death at this point is trying to hold on. Gordy, great camera shot there, burying the knee into the arm of Dr. Death, and this face tells the story. Gordy hammering away back on Dr. Death's arm, but look at Doc fighting. Look at Williams fight with everything he's got. And Gordy goes down with a bewildered look on his face. Williams goes for a high-risk maneuver, and Gordy moves out of the way. Not a sound tactical move for Dr. Death, and he re-injured his own arm right there, and Gordy right back on the attack. We're going to have to take a commercial timeout here in just a few moments, everyone. We're going to keep the cameras rolling, and we'll be right back with more UWF Heavyweight Championship action after this very brief timeout. Welcome back to the Universal Wrestling Federation, everyone. I'm Jim Ross, and this is the battle for the UWF Heavyweight Championship. If you've just joined us, Steve Dr. Death Williams sustained a severe elbow injury at the hands of Terry Bam Bam Gordy and Freebird Michael P.S. Hayes. During a commercial break just a few moments ago, deep fireman's carry takedown by Dr. Death Steve Williams, who has literally fought his heart out in this heavyweight championship encounter, and a double clothesline by Williams and Gordy. Remember, they took Williams back to the dressing room. They tried, I have been told, to talk him out of this match here on national television. He adamantly refused. He wanted to compete. He wanted to go for the gold, to be the next UWF heavyweight champion, and he's trying to do it with one arm as Bam Bam Gordy goes to the top rope, and Dr. Death with his right hand buried deep into the midsection, and Gordy is wobbly, and Dr. Death brings the champion off the top. Dr. Death with a modified flying body press. You can see he has use of only his right arm, and his head and every other part of his anatomy has been forced into action as a weapon. As Dr. Death Steve Williams is fighting back on the 296-pound heavyweight champion Terry Gordy, and Doc is digging down deep. Football tackle from number 76 of the Sooners, and Gordy was vertical. Williams he's trying to set him for the pile driver. He's only got one hand, but he got it. It may not have had the full impact. He only had the use of his right arm, but Steve Williams shows everyone he is a stallion. He's going for the goal. Look at him trying to pin the man. It's instinctive. It's like a pit bulldog. They're bred to fight, and Dr. Death Steve Williams is a thoroughbred. He is a winner. He is fighting back, and he is in the ring with one of the most awesome athletes in professional sports, Terry Gordy. What a clothesline! He nailed him. Can you imagine the pain shooting through the body of Steve Williams, that injured elbow, and he's covered with a 2 count, a near fall for the doctor. Where else but the Universal Wrestling Federation will you see this kind of action? You've got it right here. We certainly appreciate you being with us. And Gordy goes upside down in the corner. Williams with all the velocity that he can muster. And Gordy is in a precarious situation here. Williams clubbing away at the champion. This is one fall. It is television time remaining. And it is for the most prestigious single championship in professional sports, the UWF heavyweight title. Gordy has got to be wondering what's going on. Williams fighting him with one arm. Dr. Death pulling Terry Gordy out. There's Michael Hayes. Now what is... They're not going to interfere. He says he's never going to interfere, and there he is at ringside. He has no business being down there. I'm glad Ronnie West is there. Look at Hayes. Near fall in the ring. Michael Hayes in that second ring has no business being at ringside. Now look at him. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on here. Terry Gordy's putting something on his hand. Gordy's got something on his hand. Boom! Terry Gordy has just leveled Steve Williams, and I'll guarantee you he had a foreign object in his hand. And there's a pinfall. That's disgraceful. Michael Hayes, that's a Freebird plot. He knew Gordy had that foreign object. He didn't come to the ring to interfere physically. That's typical Freebird, and Dr. Death is out cold. Dr. Death is out cold. Typical Freebird playing. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. We've got standby matches. We'll be right back after this timeout.